Hello, welcome back to the garden. So I've actually gone ahead and done a little bit of planting. I've got some more of my tender plants out, but today I want to talk about my summer bedding, what's going to go in front of the borders and all that good stuff. Bit of an update. Already I've got the dad jobs out of the way, put the spare wheel on the car, so I'm good to go for gardening. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I know most of you are actually here for the tropical stuff, but I have quite a large front garden which has got to be cut before I really get into my plants and stuff like that. So let's get into this. This is a project coming up next year, so this year we're just going to clear it out, which I might do the odd vlog on. Next year it's going to become a cottage garden, which is going to be quite exciting. Back garden tropical, front garden is going to be cottage. So let's get this job done. Give you a really quick tour before we get into it. So as we moved in, apparently used to be like all rhododendrons, which is the same plant as this one here, all the way along here, and then we've got like an alderweed all the way through there, big mixed hedge, which I don't mind, and then we've got like a rockery here which is all overgrown. So idea being this summer, might vlog, might not, rip all this out. It's all overgrown and gone back to wood, so we're going to give it a new lease of life. So all of that there is just going to get emptied out. No plans of planting, all that the same, no plans of planting, just empty out. I might plant up the wishing well, top left hand corner of the garden. Got some roses to go in here, I might just plant depending on how I go. And then just here we've got like a heating unit which we need to cover up, so I'm going to get some red robins and make a nice little hedge, sort of just a little bit taller than that, keep it nice and trim in an L shape, and plant that up. And a Christmas tree which I've had for 5 years waiting for our forever home, so every Christmas I'll come home, light it up as I walk through the gate. It's going to be amazing. So let's get back onto it. Let me know if this is something you want to see. Not that exciting, I know, but let me know down below what you guys think. So I've been waiting for this day well, all year. So today's the day where I'm going to get pretty much all of my plants out the polytunnel. The predicament I've got is they're actually weighing it down as well, so it's a much bigger job than I thought, or I did consider it. But do you do them things where you know you've got to do it, but you think nah, that'll be all right? And it's come to it, and I've got two really large Brugmansias which are basically weighing down the whole polytunnel. If they come out and we get a big wind, then it's going to go and live somewhere else. So I may just do everything else. I'll show you my Brugmansias anyway, and then this border, and then I want to talk about summer bedding plants, which I've got growing, and something you can grow even now, and they'll catch up, and also the battle I'm having with the slugs, because it's actually ridiculous. Bit of an update then. So banana is actually doing really well now. Give it a bit of a feed last night. So down here I've got a large canna lily, Musifolia. I'll have to look that up, I'll put that in for you. Tree fern's doing really well, keeping that really moist with the crown, watering it every night. Brugmansias are starting to go in. At the back there's going to be a big ricinus, so that's going to fill that corner lovely. Gunner is starting to take off. It's still a young plant. I'm going to keep my Brugmansia in the pot there, give that some height. Fig's doing really well. Another Brugmansia has gone in. More cannas, red bananas, and a couple of ferns have gone in there as well. So that's going to fill out really nice, some ricinus. And then I'm going to talk about the filler plants which are going to go in the front of the beds. Just round here, you have to excuse me because I've had a bit of a move around with the play stuff. So the banana in the corners, that's doing fantastic. Another Brugmansia just in there with a couple of nasturtiums actually to spill over. My big red banana's gone in here, so this is a south facing garden, so that should take pride place. I'm hoping to triple the size of it. That's where the sun comes up, so I'm hoping to triple the size of that, so I can't wait. Gourd arch, gourds are doing really well actually inside. Excuse the mess guys, I'm working through it. and then banana, cordyline, T-Rex, trachycarpus, fern. Got a rose in there because the wife absolutely loves them. Fatsia japonica come from the old house, but was doing great. And then this is the border, which I've turned over and I've raised. So there's going to be some huge ricinus growing along there this year. It's going to be a massive backdrop of them. And I'll show you my ricinus actually. So I'm told these are really hungry, really thirsty. So what I went ahead and did is I put them into just a tray, and I dropped some chicken manure in the tray because that, like, it doesn't dissolve but it breaks down, so that'll be in the water. So as the plant takes it up and keep that topped up, then it's going to feed them instead of going directly on top with them being new. And the true leaves are just starting to come out, so just that there. As you can see, something's had a go on but it didn't come back. So it's about the only plant, touch wood, and I mean this, touch wood, that it's kind of standing up to whatever's eating it, whether that be slugs, whether that be mice or whatever. Tiny veg patch. This is my big yellow Brugmansia, so this is going on the patio. I'm going to give it a bit of a feed, a bit of a top up with compost, and that'll go straight out in that pot. And this is like my prize pink Brugmansia. This is my absolute favourite. This I'm actually going to plant into the new border. And like I say, if I take these two plants out, this is what's weighing it down. So a bit of a predicament today, but I don't want them to romp away in here in this nice weather. So I think it's got to be done. So for better judgment, I bought the Brugmansias out. So I'm just feeding them, giving them really good water. I'm glad I didn't water them before because they're absolutely like stone heavy. So yeah, going to give them a good feed, some chicken manure, good water. I'll show you where I'm going to put them. I've changed my mind. So let's talk bedding plants. So my main one I really wanted this year was Coleus, and I'm on a bit of a budget. I don't really want to spend a lot of money, and the slugs and the mice and everything else is there, every single one of them. Germinated, they were doing really well, and they've been eaten. So I'm going to show you what I've got left. I'm not going to add any to the garden this year unless I get gifted any, which is highly unlikely. But let me show you what I am growing, what's currently being eaten and not being eaten, and yeah, let me show you those. So this is all I'm doing this year. So I've got quite a big tray of nasturtiums, which I'm hesitant to put in because they do sort of seed everywhere. Last garden ended up coming up everywhere. In fact, those nasturtiums there are from last year's seeds off that Brugmansia, which is now taking pride of place on the decking. So I'm going to be selective as to where I put them. So ricinus, I've talked about them loads in my videos. So they took about 4 weeks to get to this point here. Now all these are going to sit out on the decking just to get a little bit hardened off, get used to the more light levels, get used to the wind. Potentially not the sunflowers though, I might put them in a sheltered spot, try and keep the slugs off them. So this is my ricinus. Just here we have calendula or calendula. It's the pot marigold, really bright, lovely orange flowers, and I can't wait for those. They're going to be nice. And I'm just going to meander them through the beds. So I've got a deep red, like scarlet colour geranium. So I've got like a dozen of those, which will get planted into clumps, which I'm excited about. Dahlias, these are what I've grown myself. So I actually did a video on these about saving the seed from my father-in-law John. Cheers John. Saved the seed out of his garden and sowed them. Slugs at them, bounced back. I've actually took more cuttings off these, which are doing amazing. I'll show you them very quickly. Drop these straight into water. Put a little bit of polystyrene in the top to wedge them so they don't drop down too much. You only want a little bit of water on the bottom. Can you see just where my thumb is there? It's throwing out some lovely new roots. So a couple of cuttings coming off them. So that's a really good hack. Brilliant this time of year, because one thing you want to do with your dahlias is actually take the tops off them to encourage them to bush out. So instead of throwing them away, do this with them and then you've just got free plants. Not a bedding plant, but for the price of them, I'm gonna include them in here. So this is microcosmi. I've actually got more. This is a variety called Lucifer. bright red, and gets to about 3.5 to 4 foot, so they'll be going in the back of the borders, and just getting them going and trying to give them a bit of protection from the slugs and everything else. So moving on to slugs, I'll move on to my sunflowers. So I had 7 very spindly ones, because in the move they got neglected. I will put support up them, but I had 7 yellows. Now I've got 4, as you can see. That's all I've got left on those. All I've got left on that one down there. And then everything at my red sunflowers. So my mum kindly gifted me some of hers, which were looking a bit spindly. And let me just turn you around. So instead of me untangling them, I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that pot there, and only 1's remaining. So to me that doesn't look like a slug. That looks like something a bit bigger. This looks like a slug. But I'm going to put some proper supports up these today. This I've had next to the house, and it's going back next to the house because I had a little clematis cutting, doing fantastic, doing fine outside. I moved it just in position, still outside, just moved it maybe 7 foot along the house, and it got eaten. So, like, and I mean, just, there's nothing left of it. So maybe the sunflowers are going back with them. I'm going to put a bit of support in them today and give them a bit of a tie up and get them next to the house. I have got a couple in the house romping away, looking a bit spindly, but I'm going to take the gamble and leave them in the house, because I think the aim is here, maybe 3 out the however many I've got there, I'll be happy with. And finally, my challenge to you is, I ordered these off the internet. This one broke and it's bounced back brilliantly. The company on eBay, I'll put a link down below, sent me a replacement out, and that's been fantastic. It grows to sort of like over 4 feet tall. It's something foliar. You have to forgive me. I'll put it in here anyway. But so it grows quite tall. What I want you guys to tell me is where you want me to plant this, because I've got one where I wanted it and that's what I bought it for, and then I want you guys to show me or tell me where you think this should go in my garden, and I'll plant it there. So I'll give you a quick tour of the borders before they get too full, and then I want you guys to tell me where it's going. This is a reasonably new border with my trachea, so if anyone says the big Trachycarpus border, it's this one. This is the raised border, which I'm not planting today. I'm just kind of figuring out where I want it, because the wind does whip through there, so I'm in 2 minds to put the banana in there, but life's a gamble, isn't it? And then, so yeah, that's just sitting there like that. I'm just probably not going to dig them in, but sit the pots in, give them a good water, see how I feel about it. This is the very first border I put in, so this will always be special to me. But this, the other can of what I got sent as a replacement is sitting just there. Something's very kindly had a massive hole in that. So that's where that one's gone. The idea being is it's going to romp away next to this cord line and next to big banana. So this has actually been planted up, as I think I've said earlier. So anywhere in there, you let me know where you think they should go and I'll plant it. So not completely tidy, but bedding plants are out now. Had a bit of a tidy up. Patio's looking better. Big Brugmansias are out. Big pink one's gone at the back just to give it a bit of height in the garden. My beautiful yellow one's gone at the front because I absolutely love it. I might put that this side. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Kind of wanted that open. And this will be coming down soon. It's done its job. It's done its job. And then this going on to a little veg patch, which I'm going to put some lettuces in a little while. There we have it. So thank you very much if you made it to the end. I appreciate each and every one of you watching and commenting and sort of joining me through it, because I appreciate it. So until next time, I'll see you in the garden.